on time to catch your train. So if you're leaving Edinburgh by train, forget that I told you the clock is fast. Originally known as the North British Hotel because it was part of the North British Railway, it's now part of the Rocco Forte Group and is one of the five-star hotels in the city. The Harry Potter novelist J.K. Rowling finished the last of the Harry Potter books in one of the suites of the Balmoral. On the left, General Register House, where all the records of births, deaths and marriages in Scotland going back hundreds of years are held. So if you believe you have Scottish ancestry and you want to trace it, that's the place to go. We're now going to travel along Waterloo Place, not named after the ABBA song but the battle in 1815, and we're approaching stop number 2 for Calton Hill. Calton Hill itself is directly ahead of us, and on top of the hill is a tower, that's the Nelson Monument, Admiral Horatio Nelson, the victor of the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, which is why it looks a bit like an upturned telescope. It's quite deliberate because of its nautical connections. On the right, the wall of the old Calton Cemetery where the philosopher David Hume is buried. Also on the right, St Andrew's House. This is the administrative headquarters of the Scottish Government. So while the decisions are made in the Parliament building, as we'll see later on, this is where all the day-to-day paperwork happens. It's actually built on the site of an old prison. This was the old Calton Jail. Some say it's quite appropriate we now have politicians and civil servants working on a site that used to be reserved for criminals. I, of course, couldn't possibly comment. Built in the Art Deco style, opened on the 4th of September 1939, the day after the outbreak of the Second World War. The plan had been for the King and Queen to come north and cut the ribbon in a grand opening ceremony, but all that had to be abandoned because of the crisis. The civil service was quietly moved in. Now coming up on the right, we'll start to get some nice views across the city, and ahead of us towards Arthur Seat and Salisbury Crags. Coming up on the left, you'll see the old Royal Inn at the planning application stage. There's still a question mark over the future of this building. Something does need to happen with it. Sadly been allowed to fall into a bit of a state of disrepair in recent years, but whatever happens has to be sympathetic to the grand architecture. There's an ongoing debate about that in the city just now. Built in the neoclassical style, designed by the architect Thomas Hamilton. And it's buildings like these that contribute to one of Edinburgh's nicknames, the Athens of the North, contrasting with the other great nickname for the city, which is Auld Reekie, meaning old smelly. We often talk about Edinburgh as a city of contrasts, and that's highlighted with the two very different nicknames. Coming up on the right, the Burns Monument. Robert Burns, Scotland's national poet, responsible for poems like To a Mouse, To a Haggis, the second most popular song in the world, Auld Lang Syne. The most popular, if you're interested, is Happy Birthday. Now on the right, through the trees, we'll get views across the valley towards Arthur Seat, a large hill in the distance, and at the bottom of the valley, the rooftops of the Scottish Parliament and Holyrood Palace. We'll get a closer look at those buildings a wee bit later. Now, Arthur Seat is an extinct volcano, one of several extinct volcanic features that dominate Edinburgh's landscape. As I mentioned before, Edinburgh is a city of contrasts. Another of these is the landscape was forged by fire and ice, volcanoes and glaciers. Also we have such beautiful rural landscapes in the middle of a bustling urban centre. No one's entirely sure exactly where Arthur Seat gets its name from. There is a possible connection to King Arthur, the legend that he sat up there and watched a battle taking place below. And the legends of King Arthur were quite popular in the court of James IV around the time that Holyrood Palace was built. You can imagine them looking up from the palace towards Arthur Seat, wondering what romantic connections the landscape might have. Through the trees above us on the left is Regent Terrace, some of the most expensive homes in Edinburgh. Property there can cost upwards of £2 million, probably because of the fine views you'd get from the upper windows across the valley towards Arthur Seat. Sir Sean Connery wanted to buy a house on Regent Terrace, but was forced to abandon those plans after objections from local residents, horrified by the idea of this Hollywood film star living next door. all the unwanted attention that would bring from tourists like yourselves. We're now approaching stop 3 for Holyrood Palace in the Scottish Parliament. If anyone wants off there, give me a wave. No, I think I heard the bell ring downstairs. So we're now going to head underneath a railway bridge that houses half of Edinburgh's pigeon population. Those at the rear of the top deck might want to duck at this point. It's part of the East Coast Main Line, the main railway link between Edinburgh and London. And as we emerge from Pigeon Bridge, we'll see on the right a small red sandstone building, a former police station, put there specifically to serve the palace. The palace used to have its own wee police force that looked after it. That's us now pulling up to stop number 3. So thank you to those leaving us here. Enjoy the rest of your day. The palace itself is just hiding behind the wall of this garden on the left. So we'll get our first glimpses of it through the trees as the bus moves on. Also coming up on the left, a curious little stone building known as Queen Mary's Bathhouse. The legend is that Mary, Queen of Scots, would bathe in there twice a year, which incidentally makes her twice as clean as her cousin, Elizabeth I of England, who we're told only bathed once a year. It does seem rather unlikely. It looks like a very cold and drafty little building. Another possibility is it could have been used for storing sports supplies. Mary was fond of playing tennis and football, though she wasn't as good at headers after 1587. She was beheaded in 1587, for those that don't know, just because the best jokes are the ones you have to explain. Now we'll get our first good look at the palace once we're past this pinkish coloured building on the left. So if you glance immediately to the left as we pass through the junction, you'll see the front of the palace with the ruins of the abbey tucked in just behind it. The abbey built in the 1100s, the palace built in 1503. But now on the right hand side, the Scottish Parliament. Very modern building finished in 2004, designed by the Catalan architect Enric Morales, who sadly didn't live to see it completed. There is something of an architect's curse in Edinburgh, not unusual for them to pass away before the work is finished. So if we have any architects on the bus, a word of warning, it would seem that designing something in Edinburgh is bad for your health. And coming up on the left, we'll get another look at the palace, the Queen's official residence in Scotland, where she spends more time at Balmoral Castle in the Highlands. And if you catch a glimpse of the fountain in the courtyard, that's only actually switched on when there's a member of the royal family in residence. Now this area has 3 different names. It's known as the Royal Park, Holyrood Park and the Queen's Park.
Did you get your photo?
No, I'm and at the head of us and on the left as we turn the corner we have Salisbury Crags, the large cliff on top of the hill. This is an extinct volcanic vent. You can imagine that huge slab of rock being pushed upwards by the sheer pressure of the magma underneath. Another indication of the power and the violence of the forces that shaped Edinburgh's landscape. A man who spent a great deal of time up there was James Hutton, known today as the father of modern geology. Before Hutton, it was thought the Earth was just a few thousand years old, based on a literal interpretation of the Old Testament. But by studying the rocks up there, Hutton realised the Earth had to be many millions of years old. Indeed, Salisbury Crags themselves thought to date back some 340 million years. It's a bit like if you take a pie out of the oven, the lid's been forced open and the gravy's spilled down the side. That's essentially what we're looking at there, but obviously in volcanic terms and over millions of years. If you want to find out more about James Hutton and geology, you can visit the attraction we're just passing on the right. This is Dynamic Earth, and it's stop number 4 on your maps. If anyone wants off there, give me a wave.
Where's the maps?
No, I think we're okay, John. So it's an exhibition all about geology and the history of the planet. And you can buy discounted tickets from our ticket sellers. These will get you about £1 off per person, but are not fast track tickets. You do still have to check in at the ticket desk. Now on the right we'll get a good view of Dynamic Earth, but an appropriate location for an exhibition of that kind, framed very nicely by Salisbury Crags, the volcanic feature with a link to James Hutton. You might think it bears a little bit of a resemblance to the Millennium Dome in London. This is no coincidence, it was designed as part of the same national project. This was Edinburgh's Millennium Project back in 1999. You can probably tell by the design of the steps in front of the building, this area was intended to be an amphitheatre. After they built some flats nearby, it was thought the noise pollution would be too much for local residents, so now it's just a handy turning circle for the buses. Bless you. If you visit Dynamic Earth, you'll have a chance to touch an iceberg, experience an earthquake, and find yourselves in a rainforest. It's also a useful stopping off point if you want to go walking in the Royal Park. Thank you to those leaving us here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Dynamic Earth has a nice wee cafe and all the facilities you'd expect, so you can use that as your base camp if you like before climbing after a seat. On the left, the rocks all lead down the ramp are part of the exhibition. They're all different ages, and we've got little explanations attached to each one, so as you wander up the ramp, you're travelling through time. And directly ahead of us, another look at the Parliament. The shapes above the windows that look a bit like hair dryers are in fact meant to symbolise open curtains. It's meant to say that we have open government in Scotland. And coming up on the right, as we pass the gap in the buildings at the rear of the Parliament, you'll see some recessed windows, and those are the thinking pods, each one attached to the office of a Member of Parliament. The idea is they can sit in these recesses and ponder the laws they're making and the decisions they're making on national issues. I'm told some of them use them for growing tomatoes and all sorts of other purposes, so it would seem some of them do more thinking than others. It's a devolved Parliament, meaning it has responsibility for things like health, education and policing, while the Westminster Parliament in London retains control for the time being of things like defence and foreign affairs. Coming up on the right, Barclay House, the former headquarters of the Scotsman newspaper. So the building is now home to Rockstar North, the company responsible for the Grand Theft Auto computer game. This area used to be heavily industrial, used to be dominated by breweries. So what we have here is a very modern industry, the site of a very old one. This area has undergone a lot of regeneration in the past 30 or 40 years. We're now back into the Royal Park. We'll get another view of Salisbury Crags on the right. There's a path that takes you up around the base of the cliff. It's known as the Radical Road, and it was the idea of Sir Walter Scott. At the time there were lots of unemployed weavers and soldiers in the city, and Sir Walter, who was a good friend of the establishment, was worried they were fomenting radical political ideas. He thought if he put them to work building that path, it would stir their enthusiasm for political reform. There's no record of whether it actually worked or not, but you do get some fantastic views across the city from the crags. Now on the right, a view of the grounds of the palace again, where the Queen has a garden party in midsummer.
Royal Palace,
And then as we
which
turn
is
the next
stays in
corner, we'll get another look
which is
at the
further
palace
away.
itself. Quite a few important historical events have happened there over the centuries, like the murder of David Rizzio in 1566, and the Council of War in 1745, where Bonnie Prince Charlie made the fateful decision to invade England. On the left, another look at the Parliament, the little ponds outside symbolising the lochs of Scotland, and the wooden features on the lower windows symbolise the forests. And coming up on the right, we'll see the Queen's Gallery, showcasing works of art from the National Collection, not actually owned by the Queen, but held in trust by the Queen for the nation. So it's a rotating exhibition in there showing off different parts of the collection, and some of the very quick looks of the palace and the abbey on the right. On the left, we'll continue to pass the modern part of the Parliament, but we'll shortly see a much older building that's been incorporated into the Parliament complex. A large cream-coloured building with an orange roof, Queensberry House, and in 1707 it was home to the Duke of Queensberry, who was one of the main architects of the Act of Union that abolished the Scottish Parliament at that time and established what we now know as the United Kingdom. So it's quite ironic when you think about it. The building's now been incorporated into the very institution the Duke of Queensberry did so much to abolish back in 1707.